What's up, sports bettors? We got 14 MLB games on July 4th. I'm going to be taking you through my best parlay, at least the first one, and hopefully you find this video helpful for yourself for betting on parlays as well as identifying good bets to put into your parlays. Again, as always, any questions you have, comment them below. You can book a call with us. We have tons of sports betting experts, kind of here to help you. And our only job is to help you make money, right? It's why I love my job. So anyways, let's get into it. A common misconception, I always say this, but it's very important for parlay betting strategy, is that parlays can't be profitable. Oh, parlays are never profitable. Completely false. People who say that have no idea what they're talking about. Parlays can be profitable. They're just usually not, right? Because you need every bet in your parlay to have an edge or be profitable for your parlay to be profitable. So essentially, you need to look for two good bets at least to include into a parlay. So I have a two-leg parlay for today. Both are MLB picks. And we can start out with the first bet that I have in my parlay. So sportsbooks are starting to post odds for July 4th, which is lit because I'm going to have a ton of bets open for July 4th. And it's Diamondbacks Giants first inning total runs. 6.4% profit margin on the top row. And again, this is just data-driven sports betting. Following the numbers, following the data, looking for line inefficiencies. Exactly what the pro sports bettors do, exactly what the sharp sports bettors do. That's what OddsJam gives you, right? Leveling the playing field. So Diamondbacks Giants first inning total runs, over half of a total run is plus 110 on FanDuel. Okay? Now, you can see here, it's very tight market width on Pinnacle, and if we take a look at the odds, we can tell pretty clearly this is just ridiculous value on FanDuel, right? The sharpest sportsbook in the world, first of all, has this favored. It's the favored outcome at minus 111 odds. And then DraftKings and Caesars also are both in line with Pinnacle and have this minus 110. So this is a clear pricing discrepancy on FanDuel. If you're including this in a parlay or you're betting straight bets, obliterate it. This is ridiculous value. Like, this is a bet you just need to be all over as a sports bettor. So the sharpest sportsbook is pricing this minus 111 on the yes run first inning, minus 105 on the no run first inning. So using this real-time market data, we can essentially back out how likely is this bet to win with a no vig fair odds calculator, the most important calculator on OddsJam, and we see it's 50.67%. So we'll add that here. And again, what this calculator does is it essentially takes a sportsbook's market, so we're using the market from Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, because that's all that makes sense, to back out the win probability for a bet, right? So because Pinnacle has this favored, and these are equal and opposite outcomes, yes run first inning or no run first inning, we can use their betting market to back out the true line as well as the true win probability, right? So this bet should be hitting 50.67% of the time, which makes sense, right? This is a very slight favorite on Pinnacle for the yes run first inning. Very slight favorite, minus 111 odds. So the bet's going to be more likely than 50% to hit because it's a slight favorite. And we can quantify that mathematically with a no vig odds calculator, right? If a sportsbook sets a line at minus 200 on the yes run first inning and plus 175 on the no run first inning, then obviously the bookmakers think that the yes run first inning is much more likely to hit. So this calculator just helps you quantify that mathematically. So we can see that the true odds for this wager are roughly minus 103. We're getting plus 110 on FanDuel. Super tight market width. This is a bet you want to obliterate. 6.4% profit margin. So the next bet I'm on is also on FanDuel. Guardians, well, it's a parlay, so it's definitely on FanDuel. Tigers Guardians, first inning total runs. Again, Pinnacle has this as a huge favorite. Not huge, but bigger favorite than the first one. And we can get this at plus money at plus 102. So once again, it's like, okay, what's the win probability for this bet? Minus 117, plus 101. It's 52.01%. The true odds are Going to be right here, minus 108.37. So again, we're getting like 10 cents of improvement from the sharpest bookmaker. Pretty high profit margin on this bet, right? So OddsJam is just really constantly scanning these markets to show you these line inefficiencies, these data-driven sports bets that actually have a mathematical profit margin, right? There's no fluff, no BS, just using real-time market data to find line inefficiencies in sharp, profitable bets, just like the pros do. So we have our two bets. We know the win probabilities for both bets now, 52.01%. So both bets are slight favorites, and we're getting this parlay at plus 324 odds, right? You can see FanDuel limited me to a max wager of 54.50. So I'm betting 54.50 to win 177 in profit, right? 54.50 at plus 324 odds. So now we can back out the win probability for our parlay. So these games are uncorrelated. You know, there being a run in the first inning of Giants D-backs has no correlation to the Guardians-Tigers game, unsurprisingly. So we can take these win probabilities, multiply them together, right? Multiply them together to get the win probability for our parlay, which is 26.4% roughly. So essentially, now we know the win probability for our parlay based on real-time betting data from the sharpest bookmaker, right? That's great. That's fantastic. So now we can back out the profit margin of our parlay. 26.3% of the time, we're winning $177 in profit. The other 74-ish% of the time, we're losing our stake of $55. So we can use this information to back out the profit margin of this parlay, which is going to be $6 on a $55 stake or $54.50 stake. So 11.7% edge. So you can see, you know, when you place a profitable parlay, these edges, these profit margins, this Guardians bet had a 5% profit margin, the Diamondbacks bet had a 6.4% profit margin, they compound. So, you know, you're not going to win every parlay, but you can get super profitable parlays using the OddsJam Positive EV tool, which again is just one of many betting tools on OddsJam. But regardless, we've covered all the other ones in different videos, and every betting tool has a little, you know, help button right here, as well as a quick start wizard if you want to learn more about the tools. Because in sports betting, like everything, knowledge is, you know, money, knowledge is power, whatever you want to call it. So take the time to watch the tutorials on all the betting tools so you understand how to best use them, and let's start cashing together.